What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary. You know what? No, I don't have commentary for you today. I've got a statement for you instead. Madden 21 is going to fail. In fact, Madden 21 may be one of the biggest failures in all of gaming. Now, I wouldn't have said that so confidently until today. July 20th changed a lot of my perspective of EA losing complete control of this game, of this community, of where it needs to go, where it wants to go, and how it's going to get there. Now, before now, we'd almost been in a good position. You've got the competitive gamers, the sim gamers, the arcade gamers, the MUT gamers, the franchise gamers, all these groups that are trying to appeal to EA and cater the game towards what they want it to be. And EA has diluted its game so much that it's catering to these specific groups, but not making the game better for each one. However, the community for franchise mode banded together and got Fix Madden franchise trending, to the point that EA had no choice but to respond. So Sean Grady comes out in a t-shirt with a lip full of tobacco and promises a roadmap of how they were going to get the game where it should be, and honestly, away from where it never should have gotten. Now, today, we get an interesting tweet. One that I didn't expect to see from ESPN. NFL 2K5 hit the shelves 16 years ago today. They cite the game has been a classic ever since. Now, in all sincerity, 16 isn't a milestone. You want to talk about 5, 10, 15, 20, okay, that's fine. 16 years, not really a milestone someone brings up. This tweet gets a lot of traction. More of it in terms of heat towards EA for really the lack of improvement their game has been doing. So what has EA been doing today? What is Madden promoting itself with now? Well, they start with talking about ratings. A celebration rating, to be exact. Meaningless in the game. They talk about ratings that players disagree with. Justin Jefferson in an 83 catch rating. But they also talk about something they've done before, and I can't believe that they did it this year. If fans get upset about a player's ratings, they will review it, approve it, and then change it before the release, as Austin Eckler got a strength increase. You're changing players' ratings based on fan reception, but you're not making your game better based on fan reception. That doesn't make any sense. But that's what they're projecting. Now let's talk about Madden 21 and where it is. If you wanted to go pre-order it today, they talk about delivering innovation. They start that innovation with Face of the Franchise. This is something that's been in the game before. Innovation would take control. Is control something you really see as innovation in a game? Isn't really the core of any video game to have control? Control is a difficult thing to sell to someone in a video game. This year we gave you control of the player. Well, what did I have before? A lot of us know in Madden, we don't have control of the player. Everything's an animation. Everything seems scripted. X Factor 2.0. How can anything 2.0 be innovation? All that is saying you build upon it. All that's showing us is that you went and you took something and you added more in. It may say 2.0, but what it really defines itself as is new X Factor abilities. Fresh out of the lab. What does that mean? You're not in a laboratory creating NFL players. In fact, NFL players have came out and spoke out against these because they know they don't have an X factor all of a sudden in the middle of a game. They're just playing at a high level. EA and Madden are not at a high level. And when you talk about what gamers want, let's be fair. We're not asking for anything that has not been in the game before. I mean, look at this screen. None of this is in Madden. And all of this is so important to building a franchise, to having a game that matters, to having a game you want to play over and over. A game that you're excited to buy. A game that you're proud to sell. I don't understand how we can be this far along. How anyone that works at that game can have any type of personal pride in their product and know that 2 weeks ago, they had to stand in front of the community, borderline issue an apology, and commit to making the game better. And yet here we are today, and you have the game promoting tweets about player ratings being changed or celebration ratings that don't matter. On a day that a competitor in the marketplace is championed by a brand in ESPN that you have the license to, and you don't even elect to use it in your game. All of these things are catastrophic failures of a gaming company. Many of these things, no other gaming company would even allow to happen. But the fact of the matter is, the game's disconnect from our community started with the people in the building at EA. And whether it's lack of accountability to each other or just lack of desire to put out the best product, there's a real problem going on with this game. The fact that it's coming to the surface right now is new to some people that are seeing it, but for people in our community, this has been 10 years of a well below par effort. And today, just to see the way they react, just to see the way they handle things, just to see the way they won't respect their customer. Anyone who tweeted about Madden franchise was disrespected today when they show us a player's strength rating got increased because of people on Twitter. But a game mode can't be made better. Where is the approval of getting the franchise mode better? Where is the under review for the franchise mode? We don't want anything changed. We want what was in the game before back in the game because no one asked for it to be removed. We're not asking for anything that hasn't been done before or independent games right now are doing. I don't know any other line of business where a company would sit down and find this acceptable by their employees. There is no one at EA that can literally sit there and be proud of the effort that is being shown publicly to sell this game to its customers. And if they are, they probably need to reevaluate things because your fan base is begging you to make a better product. And your response to us is, well, we'll increase a player's strength rating. We don't care about ratings. We want a better football game. We don't want a player's strength rating increased. There's a reason why ESPN is tweeting about a 16-year-old game today, and it's getting more likes, retweets, and comments than anything EA is doing. And it's because many people understand that game was far superior in quality than anything EA has put out in the last 16 years. And most people understand that game actually created a market where EA had to buy its competition out because they knew they were incapable of creating a game that could rival that with quality. And that's what's got us 16 years of a lazy, tired, uninspired product. And you can tweet about player ratings all day long, but it's not going to make the game better, and it's not making anyone care about buying your game. No one is going out and buying Madden tomorrow or pre-ordering Madden because Austin Eckler's strength got increased. EA doesn't understand this. They think this is good marketing. They think this is selling the game. They think this is promoting their product. Any other line of business, when a fan base has a problem with a product, there is an immediate reaction. In 2 weeks, there is no excuse that EA could not have sat down and developed a roadmap to publicly share with the community on how they planned on fixing franchise mode, what they would be putting in the game, when we could expect it to be put in, and how they expected it to be achieved. And instead, that roadmap doesn't exist. But if you want a player's throwing accuracy changed, all you have to do is get a couple retweets. Because that's what's driving this game. That's what they see as innovation. That's the community response that they want to create. That's the gamer they're listening to. And you wonder why. A 16-year-old game can still be held up against Madden 20 and Madden 21 for that matter. And for those that played the beta, we know you will be able to go back and make just as many comparisons then as you can now. I would love to say I have the benefit of the doubt with EA, but that's been lost long ago. And the way they react to this community and the way they choose to sell their product shows me the commitment for them to make the best game is simply not there. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. And you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.